What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be teaching Python. If you don't know what Python is a programming coding language that most people use. Python is also used for games, apps, utilities, and basically more. So what I'm going to teach in this video is how to get Python, how to use Python, some little tricks, Visual Studio Code that is up in the corner, and learning how to use Visual Studio Code and how to code in Visual Studio Code. So first thing you want to do, of course, get Python. So I got this little website that I use for downloading, and here as you can see Python. Make sure it's the original website, or you can just write www.python.org. And this is not a dangerous website. There's no Trojan or virus or malware being downloaded. Since I said that, you're gonna think, but no. You can also look for actual Python on Microsoft Store. That's also where you can also get it. So how to get it is that go into this website, or you can find another website that has this, but make sure it's a real one. And then go to the download section and download the latest version for Windows. That means, yeah, I'm on Windows right now, so I'll just click on this. But if you're on another system like Linux, Unix, macOS, or other stuff, you can just basically click on these to download it. Or if you're on Windows like I am, just click on this. As you can see, I already downloaded this before and I removed it. So this is for thing. There could be a wizard, but I didn't do through the process from here. I just got it from Microsoft Store, but if you don't have it, you can do it from here. Cause like whatever you want to do, Microsoft Store thing, you just get it and click on this, or you can go to the downloads and then do the wizard, recommending it added to path, and recommending to add it all to just basically click off the checklist if you need to. Sorry for the background noise if you can hear it. The sound should be done by now, so I'm gonna delete this, but you probably need this. This was for a video I was gonna make, but it failed because of the background noise too much, and then I didn't have time, so I just removed everything and it's restart. So once you've done this, add it to the path, just put it to your desktop if you want, and then I'm just gonna delete this. Don't need it anymore. So done. You got Python. As you can see here, we got Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is basically Python, but you can do Java, JavaScript, Ruby, and so on basically. This one just basically helps you coding. It's like what should I say? Have you ever played Minecraft Education? There's like a coding thing where you can do. And it's mostly like that. You can add variables, strings, stuff like that. This helps you with it. So just click download. See, like what I said, it'll give you servers, and this is the setup. You can check all the boxes and make sure to add it to path. But you can download this now or later. So I don't need this because I've already downloaded it. So I'm just gonna delete it. So once you've downloaded Python from this website and Visual Studio Code, depending on what OS, I'm on Windows 10 and 11, or just 10, 11. And Linux is just, I don't know what operating system it uses this. Mac OS, basically. So what you want to do once you've downloaded Python, just search up Python. As you can see here, I got Jupyter, Anaconda, Spider, but Spider didn't like it because other apps suit me well. So once you've done that, you can just click on Python. I'll just close this up and open this one up because I already got Python on. So I'm just going to zoom it in and see if I can make it bigger. There. So you got Python, you've done everything. What do you want to run? Of course, simple. You want to print something. So what you want to write is print, Print. Then you're gonna open your sheet. Hello world. So let's just close it up with the brackets and speech markers and just hit enter. Wow, you've finally done it. You've done your first script in Python. You'll think that, oh, you're already a programmer, but there's much more to learn in Python. This is just basically the basics. So, what else can we do? That will be later in the video, so let's just skip this here. My computer's gonna break soon. Yep, there it is. That's the USB I'm using. So here is just my thing I'm gonna show later, but that's for later. So let's just get out of here. This trick I want to show you is Notepad. Oh, Notepad is just a text, right? You go into it. It's what you expect. Right here, as you can see, this was for my other video, but you can actually do this into basically text documents. You can basically do that and just write print, open it, speech mark, hello world, and close it up, and you'll think, oh, how do I run it? Well, it's simple. You just go to File, Save As, or Critical Shift S. That will save as. So where should I save it? Yeah, just send it to the secret USB and say hello world. So you'll think, oh, it's going to save as a text document, or you can save it as all files. But the secret is you can add an extension like exe, but that's not possible. You have to do a process, but there's an extension for JavaScript, it's GS. For Python, it's PY. And for Java, just J, I think, but not sure. But it's pretty cool that Python is just PY, like Python. So once you write whatever you want to name it, and then you just put a .py. As you can see, it's going to be a save type document, but don't worry, it's going to actually save it as this because we put .py. So let's save it. As you can see, it's now hello world. And let's go to the USB. As you can see here, I'm just gonna quickly put it onto the desktop and make the screen bigger. Whoop, there. You can see here, it's recognized this as a Python file. See? Type Python file. 20 bytes. Those 20 bytes is just 10%, 50% print, and other blah blah blah. So date modified, blah blah blah. It's recognized this as a Python file. You can see by blue Python, yellow Python. So let's double click on this. Oh, what was that window here? Why didn't it open or print something? this is what we have to do to execute this. That's where CMD, command prompt, comes in handy. You can just search CMD on here and then click on this or just run. And if you, let's just close this one up and then just put this somewhere in the screen. The cool thing is that first write Python. So this CMD, this computer knows, oh, this must be a Python file. You might be wondering, what do I run? How do I do it? Well, if you actually just drag it into here, paste path to file, and as you can see here, C uses my name, OneDrive, desktop, hello world.py. That's just right there. And if you click enter, oh, it printed hello world. That's how you can execute it in command prompt. You can't just like double click on this and it will run in front of your eyes. No, you have to run it from here. If you're gonna make it an exe, you know what you have to do, right? You have to do some compiling, which I'll show later in the video. So basically there, you've made your first computer. Are you working? There. Just fixing the icons up. Yeah, I'll just fix it normally. Medium icons. There. All back to normal. So when you downloaded Visual Studio Code, just stop clicking to it, just launch it, but there's going to be a wizard. Download the wizard. Make sure it's very recommended to save it to the path, or you'll end up like me. It doesn't know what, basically anything like pip install Auto-py-to-exe, Auto-py-to-exe. That's on later in the video. So you see here we got Visual Studio Code editing involved. So let's see what's here. Welcome screen. First thing you want to do on here is just go to extensions. So you'll see I've installed Ruby, Net, C, Sharp, these, debugger for Java, Python, Test Runner. I didn't really install those. It was just built in my system for some sort. So first you want to go to extensions or Control Shift X and just search up Python. Just basically Python. And you can see here it's verified by Microsoft. Make sure it's verified by Microsoft. If it says Microsoft, let's just say this says Microsoft but doesn't have this tick, it's not the real Microsoft. So what we want to do is click on the Python. Basically, first one up. Should, by this time, 2024, third, like it says here, we can actually see here. It says 115,663,948 million downloads, which is pretty a lot, really. If you're a time traveler and you went back in the past, it would be like 30 million something. But let's just head on and click install. Let's see here, I've installed it already. I can install another version, but I like this one. So just click install. So once you've done that, let's click Control Alt P. Did I do it correctly? Control Alt P. I need a double check. Control Shift P. There, finally I did it. Let's see if I just click this. Oh, it's different. So Control Shift P. That's what you need to press. Let's search up Python interpreter. Basically select Python interpreter. Just click that. As you can see here, it's gonna load. So you can see here, I got this one from Microsoft Store, and this one from Conda, but that's a lesser value. So the recommended one, the one we just recently downloaded, is the best one. So make sure it says Python, depending on the version you are now. But the newest one is the pre-release one, 3.13, I'm pretty sure. But just click on this. There. Once you've done that, maybe just double check if I even clicked it. Python interpreter, and then recommended one. Okay, you've done it. So what's next, you wonder? Of course, basically, go to open file. Go to the file you just did now, or you can make a new text file. Hello world. Do you want to allow this untrusted files in this window? We just created this, so. But if it's a malicious one you found, don't open it. I'll just open it. See, it's all safe. It's just print. Or am I just installing a virus? Okay. Once we're on here, let's just delete this. Actually, just keep this. If you have this, you can just click on this, run. It'll print hello world. So that's basically the basics. So let's do something else. As you can see here, I got this Python guide to success. What is this Python guide to success? What do you have on the screen in Word? Well, I have some basically guides to success. So as you can see here, operators. The operators for Python when you're doing equal to, which is 5 equal to 4, false. Is 5 not equal to 4? That's true. Is 5 less than 4? False. Is 5 greater than 4? Yes. Greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. So remember these. 2 equal signs, exclamation mark, equal, the greater and less sign, greater, equal, less, blah blah blah, I don't know. I mean, I do know, but I'm just blah blah blah. So let's look at these orders of operations. First one, PEMDAS. You might have heard this one before by the meaning BIMDAS. BIMDAS is basically brackets, indices, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. And no, I didn't copy off a piece of paper. Okay, I didn't get that word off the internet. So, PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I do not have an aunt named Sally, and it's definitely not. I would never say that. Mind my words, but PEMDAS, please excuse my Aunt Sally. So, this is something about brackets. This is some math equation. This is timetables. This is division. This is addition. This is subtraction. So remember that Python will run this, and if the code has the brackets first, it's gonna run that. Cause look, in math, BIMDAS brackets is first, and then times tables, division, addition, subtraction are basically next. I think in BIMDAS it's just basically different, but the I is for indices and E is basically indices. I don't know what happened here, but it broke. I was gonna make it so it looks great, but something went wrong. So let's get started with our first one. I want to give you an idea first. What happened? Let's just revert that here. So, as you can see here, we got a pan. What is the pan? We don't know. But if we put this 7 in here, let's just make it so it's behind, which is not possible. Let's just say this is inside the bucket. Pan. As you can see here, what is the bucket? Well, as you can see here, pan. What is the pan? 7. So, I was originally gonna find a 3D bucket, but I found a pan and I found number 7. So this is actually 3D and this is 3D. So let's just say 7 is now in the bucket. So, pan. So what is the pan? What is the pan, what you might be wondering? Well, it's 7. So this is basically like a string, what I remember, string. And this is the pan, basically. So what is the pan? Number 7. But if I just put, let's say, wood icon, well, what is the pan right now? Wood icon. So that's the example I'm giving. Or what's on top of this 7? What's it wearing? A pan as a hat, like a soldier. So this is what I'm trying to say by. I just almost deleted Visual Studio Code by pressing my insert and delete my pause and unpause button. So yeah, so let's just get started. So pan. Let's name it white underscore pan. What is the white pan? So space equal. So as you can see here, it's blue now. Variable. So the white pan is a variable. White pan any. So if we put a speech mark, let's name it number 7 or 7. So the white pan is basically now 7. Let's put print. And let's say print white pan. Looks like I didn't properly. So what I was meant to do is white pan. As you can see here, it recognized this as the white pan variable. White pan literal 7. If you go to here, 7. So what is it gonna say? It's gonna say 7 because we're printing the white pan. And the white pan is equal to 7. So that's one of the simple things. I'm gonna show you multiple of the simple things. Print YouTube. What I'm gonna show you is, as you can see here, print YouTube. Let's just delete this and then go all the way there and then space. If we put hashtag this prints this prints YouTube as a text in the terminal. So this is what I wrote. It's not that good. This prints YouTube. That's what you're watching right now. So print YouTube. This is, if someone's going to review this, you want to teach them basically, this prints some text. Yeah, it just prints some text. If you're like a first time in doing Python, well, you're going to think, oh, what does print mean? Why is there YouTube on here? I don't know anything. But as you can see here, this prints some text, or this prints YouTube. So we can just add some more, or this print, or put some text. I don't know what I just wrote, but this is basically, if I put it here, this prints some text. Yeah, it's gonna work. So for an example, let's just put jabber jabber keyboard interrupt. No, I don't want that. Go down here and then say gabbly gabbly gabbly. Let's see what will happen. It prints YouTube. These does not affect the stuff. Basically this. But if I just put it here, saying jabba 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 jib, and then put, even though I put a space, run it, I get no output here. So I got this little thing about this, basically variables. So as you can hear, I got the pan equals to input. So what I'm gonna input in here, jigga jacka jacka do. That's what I'm basically gonna write. So this is gonna print this pan. Okay? Let's click enter. Oh crap. So let's just click run. What do you want to put in the normal size pan? VsCode is the best at Python. Did I break it? And it's gonna output or print VsCode is the best at Python. So let's run it again. Let's put 7. It's gonna print out 7. So that's another way you can input for the terminal type games. So there. Now let's do some math. So like we did last time, print is 5 equal to 4. Let's run this. False. So 5 is not equal to 4. Is 5 not equal to 4? True. And let's do, is 5 less than false? 5 more than, is 4 more than 5? What? Do it correctly. Blah 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 blah. So if we do this, shoot, the, it's gonna say false, because is this greater or equal? Let's say if I just put 4, it's gonna do the same thing. So put any number. Yeah. So if you want those basics, I am going to show you something. So let's make a, basically a app that makes or determines basically age at retiring, if that's even correct spelling. Age at retiring. Let's see what we can put. Before we actually do that, let's put my age. My age is equal to basically 90. So let's bring this down. Age at retiring must be equal to 90. Oh no. Okay. So what I've got here is basically my age calculator. So my age, let's just put it less. because that's just too much. 800, you're a fossil. And age at retiring has to be equal to 90. So if my age, which is 80, is basically, let's look at the handy guide. So as you can see here, greater than age at retiring, which is 90, print, you should be retiring now. So what this means is if, as an if statement, if my age is 80, which is greater than age at retiring or equal, just print you should be retiring. The reason why I did equal and this is because what if it's equal? And what if it's that? But if else, like else, so print, you're not the right age to be retiring. Simple as that, right? And there's another function where you can use elif. You can also do elif. That's if you're gonna do a one more from else. So just put else. So my age at retiring is 80, blah blah blah, if statement and an else statement. So this code right here is using an if and else statement. Age, yeah. So let's see what this can do. My age is 80. You're not the right age to be retiring because I'm 80. Let's go to 89. Let's see what that can do. You're not the right age to be retiring. How about 0.9? You're not the right age to be retiring. How about infin? Still no. But if we make this 90, it's gonna refer, is this equal or greater than? Oh, it's equal. Let's print this. But if it's not and it's less, you're not the right age to be retiring. So let's test that out. You should be retiring now because you're 90. You're almost a fossil, but you're still like 500 years away. If I go more like I am 106, 100, just 100 years old. Wow, you've been here for a century. You should be retiring now. Even though if I put 1, it's going to be the opposite. If you understand this, you should. Because my age, retiring, is 90. My age is 1. So it's equal. On to the next one. For this next one, I'm going to be teaching basically what's 2 plus 2. So this answer, which is a variable, equals the input. And the input, what's 2 plus 2? 4. And this is some information that I definitely did not get from the internet. And if answer is equal, this means equal to 4, it makes it blah blah blah. What happened there? So if the variable answer is equal to 4, compare the answer to the string and then print correct. Else, print incorrect if it's not 4. Because what we just wrote here, if, as an if statement, if this string is not equal to 4, it's going to print incorrect because it's an else. So if it's equal, it's going to print correct. So let's give this a spin. I tried doing it down here. I kind of messed up, but I finally figured it out. And we can see here, what's 2 plus 2? Obviously it's, obvious it's 21. Incorrect. What? Why is Hauser not incorrect? Because 21 is not equal to 4. It's simple math. If we want to again, what's 2 plus 2? 4. Correct. So let's change this to 6. And let's change this to 3 plus 2. Blah, blah, blah. So this way you go to 6, right? So this is this doesn't actually affect anything here. You're just asking the question. So what's 3 plus 1 plus 2? Let's say 5. Incorrect. How about 6? The only reason it's correct is because if the answer is 6, it's equal. It's going to print if it's not there. So this is by using the variable, input, if statement, else statement, and for this next one, here we got, as you can see in the terminal, basically this is going to be an import one. Bruh. The computer is breaking. As we can see here, we're going to import the random, and this is a def variable, so the def is main. You put this and that. We're gonna print it. Welcome to the number guessing game. I've chosen a number between 1 and 100. Try to guess it. Definitely did not get this from the web. Secret number, random, 1 to 100, attempt 0. Well, it's true. Try, guess. Input your number, which is enter guess as a print. Attempts, +1. If guess secret number, which is less or more, less. Too low, try higher number. LF. Too high, try lower number. Else, congratulations. You get the number in attempts. Break. Accept value error, please enter valid number. So this is for like, this is not a valid number. This is the letter YouTube Y. Something like that, which is like that. So basically, import random. The def is print. This is just going down the line. So if you've done scratch before, it's gonna go down the line. So if I put this all the way at the bottom, it's gonna do this last, because it's going down the line, and it always will be. So inside this, you can actually close it. The reason for this, because this def main, inside this is just all this code. So whatever's in here, it's just gonna run this, whatever it is in. So let's play. I've chosen number 2, 100, try to guess it into number 100. Let's try 64. Nintendo 64. Too high. How about 90? Too high. But it's too high. If it's too high, just put like 23. Too low. 50. 47. 49. 50. 52. 58. 55. 54. 53. 14 attempts. This was the hardest game ever. 14 attempts. So you can actually copy off me if you want. Just remember, I did this in. My computer's gonna break. Nope, still fine. If you want to copy this, I may put it in the link in the description. But if I don't and you just copy it, please do not copy it or else I'll sue you. No, I'm just joking. Just copy it, I don't care. This was actually generated by an AI. What I wanted using the def main. This, but mostly did all this. I told it to do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. So maybe 50-50 human AI. So those other ones weren't AI. I actually tried my hardest because I'm also not an expert. I'm just only a little kid. But you can just copy off this if you want, or you can just ask AI for this type of game. You don't always need a copy, right? So all this will create this game, really fun game. So this one was about imports, defs, and whiles, tries, true, and main, and basically prints. So what I've done here, I asked basically an AI, because in basically 2 minutes I wouldn't have done this all. I am a super genius, but what I can see here and teach you, this is using Pygame. Pygame is a module, basically a library for basically Python. As you can see here, Pygame, I don't know if you can see it, but it says Pygame set of modules designed for writing games. It's written on top of an excellent SEO library. This creates fully games, multimedia programs in the Python language. This package is highly portable with games running on Windows, Mac OS X, BOS, FreeOS, IRX, Linux, blah blah blah. So that's for the Pygame. For random, I can't figure that out, but it's just random. Like, figure a number 100, jumble it up, put it inside the tub. What will you pick? You'll have a 1% chance of picking number 64, right? So with Fight, this is set up on the screen. You can actually use this, and you can actually change the icon, change the text. What is pretty cool, you can just do this. Instead of doing it in the terminal, you can actually just do this, but you have to define game objects and put colors. So for white it's 225 and black is that, and I could add red as the bowl or yellow, but red is 25500. And then you'll define the game objects with bowl pygame react. You can set the height, set up the bowl variables, and set up the fonts. None. Main game loop running. While running or event in pygame. Blah 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 blah. This is the controls. Move player. Move opponent, which is a bot. Move the ball. Collision. Make sure you put that out of bounds. Draw the game objects. Draw the score. Update the display. Tick the clock. And then Pygame quit. You must have this if it's a 3D, or if it's a 1, if you lose, it will just kick you out the game. But you will need this if your game's not going to kick you out. Or if you haven't set anything, it will just not let you load the game. So let's have a look at this. It's a bit slow, but as you can see here, Pong. As I can move with up and down with the key arrows. Right now this bot's winning against me, which that bot would never lose, because it's in sync with, basically, if I follow this, I would never lose, because it's so as you can see here, we got this window, we can move it around. What? Why did it freeze? Last minute moment. Can I move? No, it just moves it. What? It's just weird. Well, that's kind of better. Well, so this is basically a game of the Pong here. Pong, Pygame, Python with a holding a controller. And if I just stay in the middle, I could all win. But yeah, this is basically using these types. For my knowledge, I cannot make this unless if I have more knowledge absorbed by the internet, and I'll teach you. basically how to do all these. That's in a later video, but this is just a beginner. Next, I'm gonna show you how I can set it basically to an extrudable, and I'll show you some of my games I've made. My computer should be running smoothly because there's no apps running except for these. These will make my computer fan go crazy, and I don't want that, and it's gonna heat up this whole room. So what I want to show you, Auto-py-to-exe, right? Or Auto, but it's basically using Pi installer. So my secret USB is my secret application, which actually runs. Can you guess why? Because this is using a window. This will only display window games. For the thing, you don't have a Pi game quit, like I showed. So it's actually going to display and run it. But I'm not going to actually just put in blah blah blah. So we want to set this into extrudable. So let's make this basically this thing into an extrudable. So let's just search up anaconda prompt. But first you will need to get Anaconda Navigator. So Navigator. And just get that up. Or just get that Anaconda Navigator download. So this is what you'll see when you run it. So this is what you want to go to. www.anaconda.com. So this is what you have to download. It's basically like a really good thing that you can use. So just click download, do the wizard. Don't show again, don't need this anymore. So just download this at this website. Click download now. I don't know if you have to do it like on Windows or OS. This is just like a download for Windows. So once you download Anaconda, first thing you want to do is go to Anaconda prompt. Or you can do Anaconda basically PowerShell, but I'm gonna do prompt. The hell? That was unexpected, didn't need that. But what we need to do is, first thing, pip install installer. So right now it says requirement already satisfied. So that means, I already have it installed. Now for pip install Auto-py-to-exe. So this is going to help you with this, basically Pi installer. With Auto-py-to-exe, you just set up some commands, and it will actually show you the current commands you want to put into Pi installer. But this is like an easier version. Click download, enter. So requirement already satisfied, that means I've already got it, but it will go through a process and show you some downloading process, and if there's warning or some sort, you can look in that into GitHub or internet. So you download all this Auto-py-to-exe. You can do Pi installer, then you have to put your script and then some icons, stuff like that, but this really helps you with it. So click on that and zoom in. See GitHub, post, and here. So current command, Pi installer. So this actually does not actually use Auto-py-to-exe. It's actually PyInstaller. So what we want to do first, of course, so these are some of my games. So of course, get your file, and you'll show here, no confirm wanted console, and this is the path file. Since this is a file that doesn't use multiple files like assets folder, sound effects folder, images folder, you'll need to go into one directory. But if it's just one file, just one singular Python file, there's no files to help it run. Without it, it won't run. So if it's just one file, click on one file. If it's the opposite and you have files, click on this. Next is console window. So this is, you know, when I open this game up, right here, I click run. It says hello from the Pygame community. So this is basically what it says here, terminal, and this will display the game. So what we want to do, if you want to keep this, and this is like a terminal game, like basically age calculator, you can do this. But if it's going to be a window base and you want to hide the console and it'll show the answer in the terminal in the window, you'll click this. But if it's a terminal game, you'll click this. Now for the icon. You see these icons down here? These icons are ICO files. So let's just say Microsoft Bing icon. You just look for the icon, or you can find one and use our ICO inverter converter, and you can browse for it and then search for it. So here you can actually put this command, but you have to put the directory because it's not like always the same because you have a different computer. Additional files. Be careful when using additional files with the one file mode. Read this update code price. So if you're gonna do this, that means you have to do one directory. Because while you one file, if you have one Python and then you're gonna add additional, even tells you. So you can actually add files and folders so it knows where it is, so it doesn't have to be in the internal. That's when you use one directory. Advanced settings. General options, name, I don't really do these, but so you can do this if you want, if you know what you're doing. So this name, value, I don't mess around with that. Settings. Output directory. So where do you want to put it? Of course, I want to put it right here. Actually, right here. Select this output directory. Menu import JSON file, export convert to JSON file. So these are just basically icon, additional settings, events are just additional settings. So basically, additional files is just adding data. One file, and here it can actually tell you what you can actually add. So once you've got the script, done the Auto-py-to-exe stuff, and done everything you want, you can click on this button. But if you want to just do it in the terminal, which is a bit hard, makes no sense because you have to set the directory and other stuff like that. But here you can actually go to settings and do it. So it's that easy. PyInstaller, no confirm one file windowed, directory hello world.py. So let's convert this into an exe. Running Auto-to-exe, PyInstaller, conda. So this will take a while, but what you'll really see is some info and some warnings. If it doesn't work for you, that means it says like something. For me in the past, it said it couldn't compile it, and it said I have to delete something. So I searched for that file in this, and then I just searched the thing where it says warning, you couldn't find it or stuff like that. Basically, I deleted those and the process worked. So you'll look for some infos. See you in a while. As you can see here, some warnings right here. Library not found. It won't find these because I deleted the file that didn't make this Auto-py-to-exe process work. This process will take a while because it's already been 2 minutes and it hasn't done anything since here. So just basically be patient. You can actually have a look at these warnings and you can actually publish this to GitHub, or you can see in GitHub what are the solutions. So these are some tips I'm giving you using this. Now it's moving the project to the Python learning file in my USB. So it's going to copy all of this, copy this, bzz, bzz, sound effects, like doing it, blah 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 blah, modules, warning, info. You can have a look at these, and then it will move the project to my directory. There, it's done. Once it says complete, you can actually go to open output folder, but it's open right here. Actually, nah. We can just click on this. But if something's wrong, you can actually clear it. Last time it said I have to do a conda remove, but that didn't work. I had to actually remove something manually. So once it says done, you're done. But if it's not, you can click on this. Open output folder. As you can see here, you can see it's 242,876 KB, kilobytes, I think. But that's not 1 gigabyte or 3 gigabytes, so it's not that big. So as you can see here, we got a file right here. And you can see here, let's just move this and then actually close it and close the terminal. Let's just drag this to here, delete this, and make this screen bigger. So as you can see here, to know it works, you have to see a yellow Python that's like this shape, and disk that they used to use back in the old days. So basically here, this is actually an application. I'm not joking, because as you can see here, it's printed at this time. So let's give this a run. It's going to take some time, but in reality, it won't show the terminal, but the terminal will take some time. So basically, it's actually running. So as you can see here, we got the Pong, the controls up and down, we got the AI, we got the ball, we got the icon, and we got the title text. So everything went correctly. But if it didn't run, you have to move some directories. If it gives you an error like saying, couldn't find this, script not find exit. If it says that, that means you got something wrong with the script and you have to do it all over again. Or you can just update the code. I haven't tried that yet because I haven't actually had to modify it. All these things I've been correct. So you got your game here. Well done. Your first game, you learned to code. You learned how to use Python. You learned how to use Visual Studio Code. You've learned how to use Auto-py-to-exe. You've learned how to run it. You basically, everything in this video, you've learned. But there's still more to learn, and that will be in the other video. So basically, Python is fun and easy. And you might be wondering why I even make this video. Because I want you guys to learn. If someone learns, you better teach someone else so you can keep the tradition going. So this is just a simple Pong game, okay? So as you can see here, I was about to delete it, but also a close-up look. This is what it will look like. And application type is gonna be size, and then date modified. Yeah. But let's see if we modified this code. So let's modify this. Notepad. Let's see what will happen if we put this as 11 or 10, and then change the score text, blah blah blah, blah, and then screen red. But to do the red, of course, what do you need to do? Of course, you have to put red in here. Equal that 255 0 0, and close it up. And there's some modified. There's a modified code. Let's save it and see what happens to the application. Let's see if it'll run. Oh, why is it not thing? That's suspicious. Let's see what happens if I just delete it. Will it run? Wow, it does run. But if you delete some of the files as it, because you set it as a directory, it won't actually run. Somehow this is still running. Last time I sent something with someone without the code, and it just broke. It didn't even play it. And it's running in the background, making the computer heat up. So I tried sending him, but he said no, maybe a virus. It's not a virus, okay? All I just showed you ain't a virus. I've learned this by a past person, and I've learned this by watching so many tutorials. So this is basically a game. Let's see if we can open this with something. Edit in Notepad. Let's see what it will do. Right now, it's not responding because there's too much code, and there's like random letters. So basically, you can't copyright it. You can't copy it. Well, you can. Well, if you try to edit it, this is what will happen. Not responding. Let's close it. So basically, let's see what if I change it to JJ BB SS FF FF. Will it run? Yes. So this is I'm doing basically everything I can do to this to actually break it. How about run as administrator? Nap. It still runs. So what do you think we can do to this? Scan with Microsoft Defender. See? Oh, 0 threats found. So if I do a custom scan and select this folder, actually, no, not that folder, the Python learning, it's gonna scan it, see, no threats. So this file and this and everything here is safe. So hope you learned something, and you've basically learned everything that a beginner needs to know. So basically, once you learn the operators, you just type there, and then those are the basics, the operations, and then you can look at some articles about displaying windows. So this is a full guide how to do everything you need to know as a beginner. So nope, I don't want to delete it. So here, as you can see, these are some of my games. You don't need to worry about this because I tried using it in C#, broke. So these are some of my games I have made. Let's start with Windows Clicker. So as you can see here, this is actually different. Looks like it. Was it? Actually, don't need to look. It's a bit different, but maybe it's because of the assets and different file. So in the internal, we got these files, and we got the sound effects. But that was just for the additional, but it didn't run for some reason, so let's just run it. I use this by using Pi installer, and I didn't know. Oh, is this copyrighted? Nah. Hope I don't get copyrighted. So this is, put down the volume if you need to. So as you can see here, we got the score, we got the high score, and we can actually load a custom logo. So if we go to Python stuff, actually no, Windows clicker, assets, images, I got these Windows logos I made. So basically Windows 11. And we can upgrade the score. And that's the first game. We can set the level, and that's gonna be alarm sound. If we click no, and then kind of overlaps there, but if you can't hear my voice, sorry. But you can actually level up for auto clicker that does 5 clicks per second. Let's look at the next game. Snake. Let's look at Snake. I actually had to use one file, like that Apple Crunch. And it's a bit annoying listening to it. It's like ASMR, but it feels nice to hear it. If you don't, I'll just stop it. So, how to play, and then it won't show you because it's one game. And this is what I wanted to show you. Failed to execute script, Python snake due to unhandled accepted name. Quit is not like explained. So as you can see here, this is what will happen if your script is not correct. It will show you something with failed execute script. So this is one of the errors. Looks like I didn't, or a robot that helped me didn't know didn't really say what the fine for quit is. Next game is Pong. Simple Pong, right? I don't know where the internal went, but it looks like I deleted it because I didn't need it. Let's see what happens. So, yeah. I got Easy Ball. Slow. Let's see what will happen if I just click this. So, right here I've added cheats. And I can just make it faster and get all the scores and basically break it. So if I click it too much, it'll show me another error. Because Python can't handle this value. It can't value by this. So it just breaks. Here I got the assets. That's the Python file. Last one, Hangman. What? My computer is breaking. But this is what's... Right now my thing's breaking. So Hangman. How about E? F M L Mel O E. Did I already do E? Or just blind? What's the word? Man. So let's give it one more spin. Fun. ST. 5? Oh my. So let's give it last shot. See if I can win. Ooh. Egg. Ooh. T. I. Come on. Dog. Yes. You won. Yay. So, looks like I won there. Hope that song wasn't copyrighted, but YouTube will handle that. So these are all my 4 games. And I hope you enjoyed this video because it's going to be the end now. This is basically full course for free doing Python. Python's fun, right? Are you sure? So Python is just simple. So hope you learned something. Hope you had great fun. This may have took an hour for you to watch. I'm not sure, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. That may be a Python for basically non-beginners. So let's see. See ya.